Every Thursday, we open the files, not on the killers, not on the victims, but on the ones who told it all. The scared, the slick, the straight up sloppy. From cold cases to courtroom confessions, if they snitched, we're spilling it. This is the Snitch Files, a weekly dive into true crime's biggest talkers, one name, one story, every Thursday. And if you know a snitch that deserves a moment, send them in. Any case, anytime. If they flipped, we're listening. Because loose lips make great content. Welcome to the Snitch Files, only on Melanin Mysteries.
All right, cousins, gather around, gather around. Welcome to another episode of the Snitch Files, where we break down the who, the what, and the sir. Why would you even do that? Come on now, got to be more crazy. Of all the messy folks who folded like a wet paper plate under pressure. Now today, we got a man who snitching didn't just, some bring down some street dude. No. This man helped shape the entire Black Panther Party from the inside. His name, George W. Sams Jr. Too many names for me. Can't trust a nigga like that. And baby, the street's still talking about this one. So let's see who he is, right? So let's set the stage, right? So it's 1969 through 1970. The Black Panther Party is out here trying to fight the good fight. They're trying to fight police brutality, feed kids, protect the hood. But internally, woo child, chaos. Government surveillance, infiltration everywhere. Paranoia is at a all-time high. And just on the side note, y'all, just in case you didn't know that, but every successful black organization, whether from the Martin Luther King, whether with Jesse Jackson, whoever, has always been infiltrated by the FBI. That's how much of a threat we are to them. Just throwing that out there, y'all. Black power. So look, right in the middle of all that, here comes the boy George W. Sam Jr. stepping in like the villain in a black plantation movie, right? So who was he? So George Sam was what they called a field marshal, right? In the Panthers. Sound fancy, field marshal. But basically that meant was he was the dude who went around enforcing orders, right? Or at least pretended to. And we get into that, right? He wasn't part of the OG Panthers everybody knew. He wasn't a Huey P. Newton or Bobby Seale. He was more of an enforcer type, like the big talk, big attitude, but became a bigger problem. So let's get into the mess. So, right. In 1970, the Panthers in New Haven, Connecticut end up arresting, yes, they arrested him, a young man named Alex Rackley, a teenage member of the party. So remember, Black Panthers originally used to patrol their own neighborhood, right? It's so much we could go into this, but we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna stick to the snitch. So look, they end up arresting him, right? Because why? Because they accused him of being an informant, a snitch a mo. Yes, they accused that boy Alex of being a snitch. And who was leading that whole situation? Yep, George Sam Jr. himself. He was the one claiming he got orders from above. And when I say above, cuzzos, this man was saying Bobby Seale, the chairman of the whole Black Party, told him to take Alex Rackley out. Mind you, Bobby Seale was in another state. These niggas didn't have text messaging or email. You know what I'm saying? They sent a letter by pigeon or bad postal, and that usually take 45 days. So this was highly unlikely that Bobby Seale told him to do this, right? So anyway, Rackley gets tied up, beaten, interrogated, and tortured, and eventually driven out to a swamp where he's shot and killed. Horrible, tragic, and definitely unnecessary, right? But hey, the Black Panthers in play. So look, but when investigators swoop in, who was the main one pointing fingers? George W. Sam Jr. Cuzzos. Now, let's get to the good part. The police bring Sam in. They got him cornered. Evidence piling up. Witnesses talking. And dude, George folded faster than a Dollar Tree lawn chair. And them lawn chairs cheap as hell, man. My big ass auntie sat in one, and let's just say, man, it went from a lawn chair to a damn like a checker piece. It was just anyway. The point I'm making is they cheap, and that's how quick he folded. The man said, "Wait, before y'all charge me, Bobby Seale told me to do it." Good Lord, man, not good old Bobby Seale, sir. What you trying to draft the national chairman into your foolishness? And this is what the people call grade A USDA certified snitching. And it didn't stop there. Sam walked into the courtroom like he was a star witness on Law and Order. He testified against his own Panther comrade. Remember, y'all? Know what I'm saying? All skin folks ain't kin folks. Y'all gotta remember that, right? He testified that Seale ordered the killing. He testified the same himself, right? But here's the kicker, the big kicker. There was zero evidence that Bobby Seale ever gave the order. Nope. None. Zip. Nada. No evidence. It was just Sam talking. Sam trying to save his own skin. Sam handing out accusations like it was Oprah on giveaway day. You get an accusation. You get an accusation. Oh, you get one. You get one. You see, because like I was over that what I would try. Anyway, man. Anyway, now you know a snitch don't snitch for free. We know that. George W. Sam traded all that information, real and made up, for what? A reduced sentence, protection inside, and he avoided the kind of charges that would have had him rotted in the cell until his beard turned gray. 7 of the Panthers he snitched on, they got life sentences in decades. This is just horrible, man. The Panthers was such a great organization, man. They started the free lunch program they did, and a jive-ass turkey like this dude took them down. Lord have mercy. And Bobby Seale, they tried to prosecute him based solely on George's testimony. And of course, the case fell apart because his story was shakier than a Jenga tower with 3 pieces left. Even the jury side at him. So let me tell you something. To this day, George Sam is viewed as one of the most destructive informant figures in the Black Panther history. Right up there with folks who were confirmed FBI plants. Was he working for the FBI? Was he just a violent dude who wanted power inside the Panthers? Was he lying to save himself? We still don't know anything. But we do know this. That boy snitching helped tear the Panthers apart internally. He weaponized paranoia. He pointed fingers everywhere but at himself, and he walked away lighter than everyone else. And when I say lighter, I'm talking about as far as time-wise. Meanwhile, families were destroyed, young activists were locked up for decades, and the party never recovered from the New Haven trials. And that's why nigga, I hate that they be saying it right now, blacks ain't shit. I don't not mean to say blacks ain't shit. Not all blacks. You know what I'm saying? But that's the reason we get that stereotype, because of shit like this, right? We start an organization and look what happened. We are our own worst enemies, man, unfortunately. George W. Seale Jr. snitched on the Panthers, snitched on Bobby Seale, snitched on everybody but Jesus. This man is the definition of don't give a fool a little bit of power, because he gonna burn down the whole damn house. Make sure y'all tune in next week, because you know the snitching don't stop here. Now, this is Willie signing off. And remember, if you're going to do dirt, at least be smart enough to not let a snitch be your ride or die. Hey, don't forget to grab your tickets to Season Slayings live show. Link is in the shower notes.